I want to bring in Ashley Hurto, a recovering heroin addict from New Hampshire, and she has a question for Senator Graham.
Senator Graham, in March 2015, I lost custody of my son, and then 3 months later, on June 11th, I woke up to find my husband dead next to me, lifeless from an overdose. My addiction was so strong and I was so sick that not even his death or losing our beautiful son were enough to get me to stop using. I ended up in jail for crimes that were fueled by my addiction and eventually got treatment through New Hampshire's drug court program, which was 100% covered by Medicaid expansion. So, my question to you is, if Medicaid expansion is cut, what protections would there be to ensure people suffering and dying from addiction would continue to have access to health insurance coverage for treatment?
Let me just say two things. Yeah, all of us are and should be concerned about the deficit and the national debt we have. These guys, though, are going to support a tax proposal which over a 10-year period would repeal the estate tax and give $269 billion in tax breaks to the top 0.2%. That, to me, is not an effective way to deal with the deficit. Second of all, let me read directly from the CBO report that came out today. And I would disagree with Senator Cassidy's interpretation. They are cutting $1 trillion. All told, federal spending on Medicaid would be reduced by about $1 trillion over the 2017-2026 period under the legislation, and the program would cover millions fewer enrollees. What that means in terms of what you raised, question you raised, you got a real issue in New Hampshire, we got one in Vermont. This is a national tragedy. When you cut back on Medicaid and you don't get money to the states for prevention and for treatment, there is nobody who doubts but that a lot more people are going to die and not get the care that they need. So if we are concerned about the opioid epidemic, the idea of cutting $1 trillion from Medicaid, which is one of the major sources of funding at a local level to deal with the opioid epidemic, is absolutely crazy.
Thank you, Senator. I want to